Hello to all my miniature loving friends on the interwebs on this glorious Monday, the 28th of November 2022. I am Dakian, I'm here to ramble, and these 6 minis are what I finished this week. Up front we have the Weird West or Wild West Wizard of Oz minis. We have the Tin Man here. We have Dorothy and Toto. Toto is really hard to make look at this scale. Getting a little animal, which is mostly brown, when it's this small to stand out and look like anything at all in miniature scale is really difficult. But I did what I could. Here we have the lion, not so cowardly anymore, and the scarecrow, who is really scary. And they are standing on yellow bricks. I decided, I mean, in the movie, they're like squeaky clean, Technicolor yellow, bright yellow bricks. I painted them a bit more dirty yellow this time for these guys. I thought it fit the steampunky aesthetic to have it a little bit worn and discolored, maybe. Yeah, and I'm reasonably pleased with how they turned out. Now, I painted these 4, and I painted the Flying Monkey mini, 3 copies of the same mini. Is that it? Well, no, it turns out Reaper actually has one more figure in this range, the Wicked Witch. I don't have her yet, because at first when I searched for the Wizard of Oz minis, it only turned up the plastic version of her and didn't want that. Recently I've discovered they do have her in metal. However, it's not in stock in the UK warehouse. So yeah, I'll have to wait for that to become available. Yeah, but I will paint it eventually. She won't be on these yellow brick bases, so it doesn't really matter if I paint her at a different time, because you know she's not going to be in the same environment. She's not going to match in that way. And then, still Reaper, but now Reaper Bones from the Bones 5 Kickstarter. We have 2 monsters. We have a Basilisk, little 8-legged wonder, and we have a Catoblepus, who doesn't really look like I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but the Catoblepus is always pictured in D&D as having more of like a, I guess kind of a horse-like face, and also having the face close to the ground, because the idea is the neck or head is so heavy that it can't lift its neck like this. It can't lift its head. The neck is always. But I suppose that would be a boring mini to sculpt and cast. And of course, in all the illustrations of a Catoblepus, it's just various boring shades of brown. So I tried to change it up a little bit. Add some greens, some blues, you know, some yellows. Just give it a little bit of variety, not make it look too weird. I mean, the head being this sort of bright blue is a little weird, but you know, it's a monster, it has to be a little weird. But I think it's a decent monster. Let's move on to work in progress. So I've started base coating these wood elves. Haven't got very far. I don't think this dragon has advanced since you saw him last. I'm struggling with what to do with him. How to add highlights without destroying the transparency. But maybe I just don't care about that. We'll see. Moving on. Now the new prep for this week is looking kind of gloomy. These are not actually primed black. They were primed a lighter color, but then I decided I wanted a dark base coat, so I used some thin black paint through the airbrush, just normal black paint for the undercoat of these guys. Yeah, and I talked about what they are last week, so nothing new there. In the back here, we have something that is not newly prepped. This is old prep. You see, the other stuff I looked at last week, which the ideas from Bones 5 for new projects, I realized I'm not going to paint those right now because it's December soon. It's Christmas time, and I always paint Christmas themed minis then, or at least wintry. And these guys, they were prepped last year. If you recall, if you've been following my channel, last year about this time I was packing up to move to a new apartment, which is where I am now. And I thought I would have time to paint a little bit during December as well. Sort of during the packing, incredibly optimistic of me. And I got around to prepping these. There's a primed and have some undercoats. But you know, I realized, no, I don't have time to paint. So I just packed them up with all the rest of the stuff. And now I've unpacked them. And they are already primed and prepped. So, you know, I'll start painting these next week. Probably. And that is all the work in progress currently. I think that's enough. So we have a new shipment of stuff from Reaper this week. First time in a long while. Exciting stuff. So let's have a look at some of these. And first off, we have the Smeagol and Goblins. This was the promo mini for November. It's sort of Thanksgiving themed. Too late to paint it now. I'll save it for next year. The other bonus mini I got was just an old elf ranger in old bones. Then we got some dark dwarves. This one wielding a big mace. And this one with a pickaxe. And I think there's another one here somewhere. Yes. A priest. Then I got the Snake Man Champion and a whole bunch of Snake Men. These are blisters with 2 Snake Men soldiers in each, and I got 3 of them because, well, I'm planning a certain campaign for the future where there's a lot of Snake Men, and I might need these. But I am not going to paint any of these right now because, as mentioned, Christmas is coming, winter is coming, and it's time to paint the wintry. No, instead I'm going into this old box which contains all of my old unpainted Christmas stuff and also some other Christmas-related stuff. Like, I've gotten these from Reaper over the years, sort of Christmas tree decorations. They don't need to be painted. But there's a lot of stuff in here, and I'm thinking if I want to prep something new, I need a big project. I have a few large-scale minis, 72mm scale minis still, including this Christmas Carol Sophie. This is the Christmas Sophie from 2007. It's a little diorama. She's got a couple of helpers, little figures around her, and she's a big one. This is actually my last large-scale Christmas Sophie. I still have one large-scale Sophie left, but she's New Year's themed. So let's save her for next year. Let's do this, the 2007 Sophie this year. That'll be fun. And out of the others, I don't know. I think this one is pretty recent. This is Gingerbread Knight. This will be a simple project. The 72mm Christmas Sophie is a very complex project, so I'll add a simple one. And I don't think I need any more because I've got a lot of stuff backed up right now. So just add a couple of minis. That'll do. Anyway, that's what I had for you this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so before. And above all, join me next week. Same day of the week, same channel, same Docky app. Who's now signing off?